So it's Tuesday, the 21st of July, 2015, right? And I'd just like to point out the weather in the United Kingdom that everyone's complaining about and asking where summer has gone to. But no one is interested in the realisation of what is really going on. And because of this, it's causing me to rewrite one of my songs, okay, that I wrote some 3 years ago in protest to this, and everyone said I was mad. Now, if I was that mad, why would thousands of people go to the absolute extremes to write treaties and regulations and parliamentary acts to prevent other corporations attacking other corporations with the means of it, as it could be classed as an act of war? Now, if it could be classed as an act of war and a whole regulational body has written a parliamentary act on it, surely to God the technology therefore exists. And when the government says to you, oh, we're not doing that, but the technology exists, you go, of course you are. I'd just like to refer to that technology right now, and what I would do is I would do that with my iPhone. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to video at the same time. And this is quite clearly states at the top of it, it says House of Commons Science and Technology Committee, the regulation of geoengineering. And guess what? It's the 5th report of the session, and that was in 2009 to 2010. And it was ordered by the House of Commons. Okay? Now when we look through here, we have all the membership from all the different political parties that say it doesn't exist, and there's no such thing as geoengineering, ever. It's in a research and development process right now. So to research and develop it, they're only doing that on computer generated simulations. Of course they are. That's why the technology exists, and all of it's being patented. Because we've kept it in our locked bloody whatever. Anyway, there's loads of different categories of how they could remove carbon from your atmosphere. So let's have a look at this. Page 11, 13 and 14. So let's move to those pages. Page 3, page 4. I'm just going to go for it. It's actually online, this. It's called The Regulation of Geoengineering. And it's an actual document that has... it's called Geoengineering 221.pdf. If you actually just query in Google 221 PDF, it will come up. Now here we go, we've got the carbon technology, we're going to page 11, categories of geoengineering. Okay, so they're divided into categories. Okay, so you've got techniques of enhancing natural carbon sinks, the oceans, the forests, the rocks and the soils, and sequestration of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Atmosphere scrubbing by chemical means with the captured carbon deposit in deep ocean or geological structures. So you've got two different types here. Here there's bioenergy carbon capture and biomass biochar. Then we can move to enhanced weathering, land and ocean mass methods. Carbon dioxide is naturally removed from the atmosphere over thousands of years by a process involving the weathering dilution of carbonated and silicon rocks, even though they won't say that it's global warming. Silicon materials form most common rocks on Earth, and they react with carbon dioxide to form carbonates, therefore consume carbon dioxide. Then you've got ocean fertilisation, which is plankton and stuff like that. And these are the things here when it says land use, afforestation, biomass, enhanced weathering on land, enhanced weathering increasing ocean alkalinity, chemical air capture, ocean. And you can see the cost here, the impacts on the environment and the risks anticipated. I like the way they put that in, because they anticipate these risks. Okay, then we move on to the actual solar radiation management, which is quite important. Now, I'd like to refer to a thing that BBC referred to white roof methods and brighten up human settlements. This is a method that the weather programme actually spoke about. More reflective crop varieties. Monsanto springs to mind. Cloud albedo. Oh, because it has been proposed that the Earth could be cooled by whitening clouds over part of the ocean. Now here's the one I'm exceptionally interested in. It's called aerosol injection. Large volcanoes result in a mass ejection of sulfide particles formed from the emitted sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere. As these aerosols reflect solar radiation back to space or themselves absorb heat, mass eruptions result in a cooling or lowering of the atmosphere. The eruption of Mount Tambora in present-day Indonesia, for example, was thought to have produced a year without summer.
A year without summer? Really? In 1816. In 1970, Professor Budcoat proposed that artificial volcanoes be geoengineered. That is, that sulphur aerosols be injected into the stratosphere to mimic the cooling effect caused by these super eruptions. So then when you scroll down here and then look at this, stratospheric aerosols, terminal effect, high, termination effect, high, regional climate change, medium, changes in stratosphere, medium, chemistry, So then when we move down here, we look at all these things, which could actually happen. So it says here, the fundamental difference between CDR and CM is the carbon sequentiation addresses the root issue, that is the concentration of carbon dioxide, while solar reflection treats the symptom, that is global warming. The Sustainability Council of New Zealand pointed out that problems arising from this could include: reflection does not address the acidification of oceans and result from excess carbon dioxide in the atmosphere being absorbed by the sea. Funny that, because I think a lot of soil's quite acidic right now. Schemes that inject particles into the atmosphere are likely to alter the distribution of rainfall and also cause some reduction in global quantity of rainfall. Interested. And what? Many reflection techniques will need to be replenished constantly over the lifetime. If this is not kept, extremely rapid warming could ensue. Right, so what this is saying to you is that it might affect the rainfall.
Okay. It might affect rainfall. It might. All these things are what's happening. Okay, and right now there also seems to be a lack of vitamin D in people's fucking diets. Why is that? Because they're told to cover their skin in a plastic covering that's supposed to protect them from cancer, blocks their pores so their skin can't breathe, and doesn't allow them to absorb vitamin D. The other way of absorbing vitamin D is through your eyes. Oh, when you go outside into the sun, don't let your eyes let the sunlight in, because we were born with clothes on and fucking sunglasses, weren't we? I was born with a set of sunglasses on my head and clothes because I weren't ever supposed to fucking get light on my skin or light in my eyes. Come on. What the fuck, right? We're energy. We run on energy and we run on light.
And what is this? A geoengineering governance and technology progress. Informed legislation debate since 1914. And this was 26, 2013. So this is legislation summary. And it's talking about, look, this is, what a fucking surprise, right? Without authorization from the United States government or an international treaty as done in summer 2012 when an American citizen conducted an ocean fertilization experiment off the coast of Canada. The term geoengineering describes an array of technologies that aim, through large-scale and deliberate modification of the Earth's energy balance, to reduce temperatures and counteract anthropologic climate change. Funny that. So this is what this is about. And look, the contents. Once again, let's have a look at this. Aerosol injection. Let's go to page 18 and see what they're saying in 2013, shall we? Look at this. We have actual pictures of what it looks like. Stratospheric aerosols. I see quite a collection of this everywhere. Yes, but this is not actually happening. This is a computer-generated experiment. Even though they flooded somewhere in 1952, but that's beside the point. When it comes to, the English government admitting what's really going on in the world, look, cloud whitening schematic. Right, let's look at this. Together, many droplets diffuse sunlight and make grey cloud whiter. The droplets of salt crystals, if dried, suck up moisture and grow, reflecting more sunlight. A superfine mist of sea. Right, so these spraying devices can whiten cloud. Aerosol ejection, right? Aerosol ejection. This is funny. Aerosol ejection is the dispersal of aerosols such as hydrogen sulfide or sulfite dioxide into the stratosphere to direct solar radiation back towards space or absorb heat, thus cooling the Earth. Military aircraft, artillery shells or stratospheric balloons could, I like the way they play on words, be employed to inject aerosols. The annual cost for sulfur particulate injection using aeroplanes is calculated to be several $billion. Is that all? Depending on the amount, location and type of sulfur particle injected. Type of sulfur particle injected into the stratosphere. Well, there's more than one technology, is there? However, there has not been any testing to determine whether the theoretical predictions will match reality. Aerosol injections seek to eliminate large volcano eruptions. Indeed, many studies have based aerosol injection simulations on data gathered and analysed from Mount Pinatubo volcano, which is a different one, erupted in the Philippines in 1991. Oh, this is a different volcano, which led to the reduction of global temperatures through not distributing evenly across regions. Sulfur releases from volcano are random, right, with cooling impacts that have lasted no more than a few days. Aerosol injection would probably have to occur several times over decades or centuries to offset radioactive forcing caused by greenhouse gases due to short effective time frame or aerosol injection. The benefits and risks of aerosol injection would not be evenly distributed around the globe. A potential benefit, in addition to cooling the planet, could be to reduce or reverse sea and land ice melting as long as the aerosol don't settle on the darkened snow and ice. Some risks could be drought in Africa and Asia, leading to a loss of aggregational productivity, the GHG impact that would accumulate from transporting the aerosol to the site injection, and sulfuric ozone depletion, weakening of sunlight for solar power, a less blue sky, and obstruction of Earth-based optical astronomy. Now, let's look at that. A less blue sky. I haven't fucking seen blue sky properly for fucking years. Right? Not every day like it should be, right? I have never in my actual fucking life ever seen a white sky with warm weather clouds. Not until they started spraying. But they've never tested aerosol injection ever in their life. No, never tested aerosol injection. Can you actually believe that? Wow, they've never tested aerosol injection. Really? Aerosol, 1952. Is it Lexmouth? I can't fucking think where it was. Lima flooding. This one, no. Let's pause that for a second.
I wake up each morning, leave a dismal white sky. It's just about enough to make me wanna cry. Plants just not growing, people get so sick. Geoengineering is the reason for it. Toxic white lines in the sky don't make you feel high. Don't make you feel high. Toxic white lines in the sky don't make you feel high. Don't make you feel high. Aeroplanes are painting white lines in my sky. Not like normal contrails, these are the toxic kind. Barium and cadmium fall into the ground. Plants die when these and aluminium are around. Toxic white lines in the sky make you wanna cry. Make you wanna cry. Toxic white lines in the sky make you wanna cry. Make you wanna cry.
People actually took a moment out of their day and actually had a realisation that in actual fact weather modification exists, is being used and is being poured on you now. That's why the sky's white. That's why when you open your window at night you wake up every morning with a dry mouth, because all the water's being pulled out of the atmosphere. You also notice that all plants are going quite acidic right now and not doing too good. Also, there's no weather patterns. It's every weather within a day. Now, as the sun, so it seems, is going into a Maudian minimum, i.e. it's slowing down, not going into a maximum, the temperatures are going to drop anyway. But this cloud seeding is not helping anyone. And until people actually start realising that the government lies to you, we're in fucking shit. So stop being so fucking apathetic. Worry about the fact that you're not getting enough vitamin D to sustain your life healthily. And until this happens, we're fucked. So peace, love and light, and wake the fuck up.